How's it going, everyone? Hello. Hello. Welcome. Welcome back to Emnix Plays. Path of Exile. Scourge League. You know what this is? It's the new league start. Unfortunately, I started a day late. Yesterday I did not take any time off work. I'm actually running out of vacation days, so I figured, let's just we're gonna play this league quite casually anyways, in the sense that, we're not gonna try and be a zoomer and get to the late game as fast as we can to earn money and all that shenanigans. We're not gonna do that. I'm really interested in trying out all the new league mechanics and everything. So let's just, get to that at our own pace. So with that in mind, I was like, you know what? I think it might be okay for me to start a little bit later. I actually was gonna start after work tomorrow. But then, I had a long day at work. I'm like, man, today's kind of rough. Before I start, I'm gonna get myself a cup of wine. I grab a cup of wine. It was a pretty big cup. After I finish it, I'm like, oh, I feel sleepy. So that's pretty much how my Friday night went. And I just kind of I had dinner, brushed my teeth, watched a little bit of TV, and I went to bed. I'm like, I don't think I can actually play. And then the next thing was, you know what? That's fine. I'm just gonna go to bed nice and early, which I did. I went to bed at like 10 p.m. And I'll be like, I'm gonna wake up at like 6 a.m. Gonna be a fucking boss. And then I'm gonna play some Path of Exile, Scourge League. It's gonna be amazing. And then next thing I know, I wake up at 10 a.m. I slept for like 12 hours. And that's pretty much it. And then, I did some chores. I made breakfast. I made lunch. Next thing I know, I was going to start streaming at 11 a.m. Now it's 1 p.m. But you know what? I'm here now. I'm excited to play. I'm just super happy to be here. Now, for those of you who've, never been to this channel or never, watched any of my streams, first of all, welcome. Or for those of you on YouTube, I suppose, right? For those of you new to my YouTube channel, welcome. Very happy to have you here. The way we play is very much of give me 1 second. While I charge my phone, actually. We play some casual gaming here, the way we play is a pretty casual way of playing, which is why I'm not that worried about rushing through the content. We take our time, and if you have any questions with regards to the game, I'm always happy to sort of explain some game mechanics. I'm not necessarily the best player in the game. I'm far from it. I would say I'm probably somewhere near the bottom. But I have been playing for a long time, and I would say I know enough to at least get you into the maps, get you to beat through the acts and progress through there. And after that, you're on your own, buddy. You're on your own. But hopefully you enjoying you would enjoy your time here, and just come and chill. This is a chill community. For those of you who want to sort of participate a little bit more, feel free to join our Discord. Just gonna shout it out right now. But otherwise, just sit back and enjoy your time here. Now, first thing we do, you might be asking, Emnix, what build are you playing, right? And I guess my answer is, I kind of want to play a summoner. Hey, Dream. Hi. How's it going? I can't believe you're awake. I would have thought you'd be asleep right now, but hello. Going back to my discussion, I think I'm going to be playing some kind of summoner, but I really don't want to level as a summoner. And not only that, I'm not particularly... I'm kind of concerned about...
farewell.
The fact that I'm probably going to be playing one build this league, and I kind of want to try out more builds. So what I'm going to do is, and I never do this, is I'm going to actually do like a leveling build. And I'm thinking I level with something like Bane. I've never played with Bane before. It seems like a pretty fun skill. So I'm going to give that a try. With that in mind, maybe we start with Blight. And that way, it's almost like I get to play like 1 or 2 different builds. You know what I mean? That's what I'm thinking.
Yes?
This thing's actually better, huh?
Farewell.
All right.
Farewell.
So for those of you brand new to the game, brand new, right? Asleep. Yeah, Dream, didn't you play for like an insane amount? What the heck?
Exile, hurry. There's no time. I've become too weak to sustain the blood crucible. Take it. Make its power your own.
It's been 22 hours since the league started. True.
Hurry.
Okay. I've played 21 hours. You are insane, Dream. I understand the hype though. This is a super hype leak. Okay, so basically she says can be placed into an empty Vol implant slot in your inventory window. So everyone who saw this thing, like, nobody ever questioned why did you put this thing, why did you implant yourself with this crazy crucible, blood crucible thing? And me too, I'm like, why am I doing this? Which is actually hilarious. I took an hour nap and I'm awake again. You know what? Just playing the game keeps you awake. I understand that part. It's like so fun, you know?
They're out there, Exile. The
Even as we speak, you can't see them yet, but you will. The blood crucible will take you to them. Perhaps that killing talent of yours can make a difference. The blood crucible represents a pact between the entity known as Chaos and the bloodlines of the High Priest of the Vol, forged long ago in the height of... I'm the last of the sole remaining bloodline, so if I die, the crucible will cease to function. That's why you must continue in my place. Okay, here's the thing. The moment when they released this part, like when they teased this in the trailers, I got mad Diablo 2 vibes. Because you know how like the story of Diablo 2 is that like the warrior of Diablo 1 took Diablo's stone and then like implanted it inside himself, and eventually he got corrupted and like turned into Diablo. That's like this whole story of Diablo 2, right? Where you're like you're chasing this wanderer dude, and he's basically the hero of Diablo 1, and he's just trying to fight against Diablo, who's like trying to resurrect out of his body. That's like the vibe I got from this. So when they like teased Scourge League and like introduced this crucible, I'm like, here we go again, GGG. You know, like they're like taking more inspiration for Diablo 2. They just can't get over it. But still, nevertheless, and then it's like you turn it on and then you fight demons. I'm like, okay, yeah, like even more Diablo 2 references. Not that I'm against it. I'm like, I like, but you know, that was my initial thought. Okay, I filled this up. So the way I understand it is once I fill it up, I can shift into Nightmare, and I need to survive the shift. But what does surviving the shift means? Do I just need to kill as many things as I can? Or do I actually need to reach a spot? Like... Okay, can I... Okay, I understand what happened. I got teleported back. Quest complete. The blood crucible seems to have the capacity to hold an item. Place the equipment into it. How?
To learn is to live.
Maybe in my inventory? Alright, let me kill this stuff first. I didn't get any drops. I'm assuming later on, you know, you get better stuff. Exposed to corruption. What is this? For each stack, Scourge monsters deal 1% more damage to you with hits and ailments. You have 1% more quantity of items found from slain Scourge. You have 1% more rarity found from slain Scourge. 0.5% more corruption absorbed by items in your blood crucible. Why did I get this? Okay, well, either way, I can put an item in here. Let's put, boots. Absorb corruption to fuel the crucible. Okay. And as I... Okay. Oh, holy crap, there's a lot. Okay, let's go through real quick, right? For those of you who have never played the game. Path of Exile, action RPG. And by that, it's like isometric action RPG. You click around, you press buttons to use skills, and then you kill things, they drop loot, you use that loot to get better loot, and you kill better things. You want to level up as much as you want, right? So at the bottom there's an EXP bar for your character, and then there's also an EXP bar for your skill gems. And the way skill gems works is as you level up your character, you don't actually gain new skills. Typically that's how a lot of games work. Instead, these gems can be bought from vendors, or they can drop, and then they socket into anything. So if you are like, you know, if you want to use this blight gem, you can just socket it into any blue socket. Now, I think a lot of new players, one thing to get into is they think you have to socket it into your weapon to use it, but you can actually socket it anywhere. So wherever you socket it, you can use that skill. And then these skills have their own EXP bar. So at the bottom, you can see this blight skill has 70 out of 308 EXP. And now this new league mechanic in the crucible here, which is this button, whatever it is, there's also a EXP bar here that you can level up, and then I'm guessing as you level these up you can get new skills here. So jewelry absorbs more corruption, armor absorbs more corruption, and then I'm assuming at the bottom you get really cool stuff, dream furnace slot and all that jazz. So we got a lot of farming to do. And I guess another piece of content from the Scourge is that you can absorb corruption by killing things in the blood crucible, the nightmare mode, and then that gets absorbed into these boots, and then you can use it to transform, and you get these, like, it gets corrupted and you get these implicit mods basically. So what you want to do is if you find some decent items, I guess you put it into the crucible here, and then you get it gets corrupted, which means you can't change the item anymore except with the new Scourge currency, but I'm assuming they're expensive. I actually don't know. And then from there on, you hopefully you get some cool items. Level up as much as possible. My friend has leveled to 70 like 100 times this league. This league? What do you mean this league? He made 100 level 70 characters? Well, basically, you know, the point is, you know, there are multiple ways for you to level up. When you level up here, you get, you know, you get a passive skill point to use on your tree. When you level up your skill gems, you get to level those, you know, your skills get stronger. And then now you can also level up your Scourge, your corrupt, what is this called? Your blood crucible. And then you get more stuff there too. Pretty cool, pretty cool. All right, so first thing we want to go to the mudflats. He's hitting 70, refreshing Wakano's contract inventory, then de-leveling, refreshing it again to infinitely sustain low-level heists. Sounds boring. I understand why he's doing it, but I would never. Well, I push my Atlas. Yeah, I would just play the game, you know. I mean, he is playing the game. He's nothing wrong with that. I mean, that's one of the nice things about Path of Exile, which is once you hit the end game, there's so many different ways to play. Especially, and everyone has different goals. Some people's goals is like, I want to make as much currency as possible. Some people, and I mean, it's possible that your friend is like, I need a specific set of heist items, like a heist unique or something, right? And it's like, the only way I can get that is by doing a lot of heists. I don't know exactly what he's doing. I'm assuming he's just trying to collect currency, because heist is very good currency. And he enjoys heist. He must. There's no way he's doing this if he doesn't like doing heist. And I know there are a lot, like I like doing heist, but like to do it, to de-level it and then do it some more, like that's not. He's just helping me by getting consistent chaos orbs to help me push, and then I boss and we split our money, and we are 8 exalts right now. Okay, yeah, so it's basically a pure money thing, which is fine. I actually like that this league, they introduced all these new things for like teamwork, right? Like they introduced the link skills, which is, I mean, that's basically it, right? Is there anything else that promotes party play? But still, even that is pretty cool. You know, the guild hideout, does that count? Let me take a sip of my coffee. Why does my coffee taste alcoholic today? Have I become weak sauce? Just like a cup of wine? Now everything tastes like alcohol? What's going on? Did someone spike my coffee? How's my favorite streamer who plays PoE and their name starts with E and ends with Minion plays? Well, that doesn't sound like me.
I think this raid class will serve.
How are you, Tara? Wrong channel might be. Yeah, it's fine. Everyone makes that mistake. Yeah, I think you're thinking of my cousin. Emnix plays. My Russian counterpart. Niet. Also sounds like you got an Irish channel, buddy. I love my coffee, man. I went a week without coffee just to see what would happen. And I was like, I don't enjoy this. Hey, you could go into this the demonic world just to avoid bosses. That's one cool way to play. What's this? Expose the corruption. I don't understand that part. I'm assuming... I'm not sure. I'm assuming I just need to kill as many things as possible here. Oh, I can't dodge bosses because I just get sent right back. You can temporarily dodge bosses. Okay, so I could like... Oh, I can't take this thing out? I can't. I can put this thing in here. I can't. Okay, never mind. I can't do unique items. Trying to figure out how this league works. I'm still not 100% sure. I'm like experimenting right now. Do I have enough EXP for next level? I don't. Okay. Anyways, time to feed my addiction more. I see you, online dream. I've been just like... I'm excited to play Path of Exile right now because it's been so long since I've touched it, you know? And by long, I mean like a month and a half, maybe?
You see now.
I played pretty hard at the, like to me, pretty hard at the beginning of last league, and I enjoyed it a lot. And then like, I was like, I need a break because I actually just played too much by my standards, right? And so like, but the nice thing about Path of Exile is you stay away for long enough, you come back and it feels so different again.
Stay sharp.
And it's like super fun all over again. Okay, so I want summon Raging Spirits because I want to try Raging Spirits with Infernal Legion.
Greetings.
So Frostblink is important for our travel, so we can go faster and it does damage.
Hello.
Is there Infernal Legion yet? No, there's only Arcane
While we live,
Surge.
we are blessed.
Okay, so I want to play. Okay, so here's the thing. I want to start with Bane because I've never played it before. It seems cool. Oh, we can't forget. Once you get to Submerged Passage, you got to make sure you go back to Tidal Island to get that that speed potion. Why are links still dead? Links are dead? What links? Oh, like linking items. Is that patched out or something? You can't link items still? What do you mean still? Alright, so we want to go to Tidal Island, and what's important about this is we want to get the Quicksilver Flask. This is going to help you a lot with regards to progressing through the game. And what the Quicksilver Flask does, which we'll see after we kill a Hellrake and turn into quest, is that it gives you more movement speed. And movement speed is actually really important at the beginning of the game. Gives you, you know, better chance at, well, like you get to progress through the game faster. You get to, let's portal back. You get to like dodge things. Like normally your character's stuck in animation, but if you get a little bit more movement speed, that's really good as well. This guy has a cool pet. What the heck? It's so cool. Oh, look at it. Oh, it's chasing the snow. What the frig? Is that like a bundle? Pets. Where is it? And how much is it? Here. White. Dragon. white. Ice, white, white, ice, snow. It's from a supporter pack. Oh.
I'd almost stop believing.
Okay, so we want to get the Quicksilver Flask. I got distracted by that deer thingy. It looks so cool. What do I want here? I'll take an infused channeling, I suppose. Okay, yeah, so what was I saying? The build that I'm playing, right? I think I'm gonna start with Bane, because I've never played it before. And it just seems like a cool skill. I've like tried it out once for like maybe 10 levels. I'm like, this is a cool skill, I should play it more, and then I just never did. So like with that in mind, I'm like, you know what? I think we should give it like a chance.
Yes?
So yeah, gonna start with Bane.
Be well.
But I think what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take... I had no idea what to build this league. No idea. I saw the new skills, I'm like, they're all really cool, and then I saw all the new changes, and I went, okay, I don't know what to do anymore. There's a lot of reading, there's a lot of theory crafting, and to be honest, if this was the old me, I think I would have, like, gone and tried out my own build, and just tried making something. But I knew it wasn't gonna be very good, and also, I just didn't have the time for it. Just to, like, figure something out. I could have winged it, I suppose. But I remember GameTop in my chat was like, please, no more meme builds. I know he was joking, but at the same time, you know, I did have a little bit of that in the back of my mind. It's like, what am I gonna do if I spend all this time and I find out I have like a super meme build that isn't gonna get anywhere? Like even I already can't get anywhere. Like I get to like A7, A8 Cyrus, and I'm like, it's good enough. I call it a day, but I never push any further than that, right? And so I'm like, let's get something that I know is going to be pretty decent. And I know Bane is probably a decent starter to begin with. Now, do I want to push that into the late game? Not really, because I'm going to take a page out of... Well, I'm not taking a page, but I'm going to take one of Dream's suggestions. I'm going to try out Arakali's Fang. I thought that was... Like, when I saw all the changes and all the new items, I'm like, that's actually going to be a pretty cool build. And again, that's also something I've never tried before. So I'm like, I actually do want to play it. I haven't played a summoner in probably years. When's the last time I played a summoner? In Legion League. 2 years, maybe? Does that count? I played Dominating Blows. Does it count as a summoner? That's a summoner. So yeah, I kind of want to try one. I don't know how a summoner works at all. I've looked at a couple guides because I don't think I have enough time to just figure it out. Now, there is something to be said about the magic in Path of Exile of just figuring it out on your own, right? Like, there's so much to learn in Path of Exile. Being able to figure it out on your own and having it just click is like a magical thing. I want to say, right? Because it's like, you talk to any players that have played for long enough, they're like, I wish I could go back to when I just knew nothing, and then I was learning all of these new things. But I think what new players don't realize as well is you could be reading as many guides as you want. You could be reading like a guide a day, you know, just reading about all the mechanics, and you still won't figure it out because there's just too much shit in this game. There's just way too much. You can specialize, you know. What you can do is you can just read about just Toxic Rain, just Summoners, and you get really good at that, and then you try playing any other build and you still have no idea what you're doing. So, you know, even if you decide to follow something, what I realized is that like the scope of this game has increased by so much that even if you try to, even if you follow a guide or go out and read the wiki, one thing is it takes a lot of time. It's the biggest problem. But even if you do all of that,
what a good time to
you
wake
won't
up.
spoil. You'll spoil some things, but like there's still so much for you to still figure out. You know, I don't think it's gonna ruin your game experience. Maybe it would for some people. It is a different experience. You never get to be a new player again. So I guess if the idea is you just want to stay unspoiled for everything, and like, you know, last league we had Preach who did that. He's a streamer, and he basically went blind for everything, and it was probably an amazing experience for him and for people watching as well. But at the same time, it's like you don't need to do that. So yeah, I've been reading some guides on Arakali's Fang and just trying to figure out how it works. But things have changed so much with the masteries and the new items that some of it doesn't even, like, it's not that relevant anymore. And there's so much about summoners that's like different, you know. So it's just Game Top. 20 months, 20 months, dude. Thank you very much for the resub. How are you doing? Are you enjoying the league? What a good time to wake up. Were you taking a nap? What time is it for you? It's the evening. I hope you've been enjoying your time in this new league. I heard that it's been good. There have been a couple DCs from my understanding, like a couple disconnects. Chat broke, Path of Exile apparently, but otherwise it's been good, you know. Dream is already late maps, Uber lap completed. That's insane. It's 8 at night. It's really good. I'm super excited to play. Unfortunately, I got a little drunk last night off of 1 cup of wine. I'm like, ugh, Daddy needs his wine, and I'm like, oh, I'm tired. I'm going to bed. So I wasn't able to play. Yeah, I was excited to play, but unfortunately, I was like, I actually don't have the energy. And I don't know if you guys are... Yeah, chat item linking is still broken in chat. You can't link items. Well, as you can just see. The chat broke. East Coast servers were fucked, but West Coast was fine. Okay. That means I would have gotten... I mean, I could have played East Coast just fine, but... What the heck is with this tree? What happened? What is this? Huh? Okay. The heck? I don't even recognize it. Why is it like this? Is it for Thread of Hope? Why? Whoop, 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 whoop. I have 5 link armor chests. Nice. Okay. Let's just go this way, and then we'll think about getting some maybe damage nodes. Maybe. Oh, okay. We'll see. I don't really have a POB. I have somewhat of a POB, but it's like a Bane POB. To recap, by the way, like, I'm gonna be leveling with Bane, but at the same time, right now, I kind of want to try Infernal Legion to see how good it is. Because they buffed it a little bit, right? A little. And if it's decent, maybe I would give it a try. Is it here? No, it's not ready. I think I need to do Brutus first. That's fine. Frostwall, Flame Wall. Flame Wall is interesting. Orb of Storms, Frostbomb, Contagion. Contagion? I don't want to ED Contagion my way through the game.
Goodbye.
Okay, what was that button? I'm getting confused. I have like New World hotkeys in my head. Okay. There's no corruption in here. Okay.
What now?
What the frig? Okay.
Stay sharp.
I've been playing a lot of New World, by the way. If you've been hanging out on my Discord, you'd notice that, like, that's all I've been talking about. I've been playing it a lot. a lot. And I've been having a lot of fun, but, you know, it's PoE League. I'm like, no matter how much I was enjoying it, I'm like, fuck that, we're going PoE, we're going right back. But it's been so long since I played an MMO, I'm gonna switch subjects for a second. It's been so long since I played an MMO that it was like a breath of fresh air. The game itself is a little... There's not much content, admittedly, but like, oh, I think an item in your blood crucible is ready to be transformed. I think it's ready. Scourge monsters deal 1% more damage to you with hits. You have. How do I? Okay. How does exposed to corruption work? Do I just need to run further to get this quantity bonus, or how does that work? Do I need to kill more? Transform. Oh, it actually gets turned into a rare. Okay, I was like, man, why would I bother putting white items in there? It's gonna be useless. It's just gonna have a corrupted implicit. But no, it actually gets like corrupted with like yellow items and everything. Okay, so okay. I should be running it like in every zone then. Why not? Let's put not the iron ring. Let's put the life ring in here. Okay, I understand now. Sort of. And then you can potentially run multiple corruptions per zone. Corruptions? Is that what they're called? I need int, not armor, ES, and not armor because I have low strength. Guys, isn't like armor really strong this league? Or is it just me? Like I read... What did I read? Maybe a meme where everyone's just like stack armor, stack armor. Is that a meme or is that for real? I do no damage. Armor and evasion are really good. How's the new suppression thingy? The new dodge mechanic. Is it good? You're playing a raider, right, Dream? Alright, so we go into this nightmare mode. It's insane? Dang. No, I was like, I don't know if it's gonna be good, so I don't want to test it out just yet.
When I'm ready.
I have 100% suppression and 95% evade. I literally survive things I should not survive. That's so cool. That's really cool. Okay, absorbs more corruption. So I guess jewelry absorbs more. But, I mean, it doesn't really matter where I apply it, I suppose. I'm so used to pressing tab to get to my inventory because I've been playing so much New World. I gotta get like the muscle memory back. I can tank the bloodline things. Bloodline things. They leave on the ground to explode and it barely hurts me. What are the bloodline things? Oh, like bears? Ice Nova strong boxes deal nothing to me as well. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Maybe that's gonna be the new... I have no idea what the meta is. But I wonder, like, after a week, what everyone's gonna be playing. The fact that you can play like an evasion build and be like moderately tanky after the changes, that'd be really cool. Like, I really like evasion builds, but sometimes they're just... Even if you try, like, sometimes it ends up being a little squish, you know? It's like, for the most part, you live, and then every now and then you just randomly die. Like, I hate that. But if you're tanking, if you're actually tanking stuff, that's pretty insane. Here's the one problem with Path of Exile, though. I feel like I have bad posture while playing this game. Or something. Something's going on. Because, like already my wrists are hurting. Let me see if I can adjust my chair a little bit. If you're eating a shipper slant, then it's just RNG if you evade or not, but you should still be dodging things. Okay, well, I mean, that's fair. Alrighty then. So far, things are going pretty well. I'm not even like... I guess if you're a new player, you might be thinking about, like... item upgrades along the way. But right now, things are pretty basic for me, I think. Like, in terms of... I'm not really thinking about item upgrades, but for those of you who are thinking like, oh, I'm getting all these new items, what should I be picking up? Basically get life and resistance on your gear and on your weapons. If you're playing spellcaster, get some flat spell damage. If you're playing like something damage over time, get spell damage itself, not flat. Get movement speed on your boots.
When I'm ready, and not before.
Life resistance, damage, pretty much it when you're leveling. Or just like dodge everything. You don't need too much, but you know, if you're like a brand new player, you kind of do need some stuff. I feel like the one thing brand new players do all the time, because they don't know any better, is they like don't have any defenses and really don't have much damage either, because they're allocating into things like, I feel like the biggest trap is allocating into like stats, you know, like if you just came from New World, for example, all your damage comes from stats. So you just stack as much, like if you're playing a mage, you'd stack as much intelligence as possible. If you're playing, you know, like some kind of melee DPS, you stack as much strength as possible. In this game, the stats, like they don't mean shit. They're just a way for you. I mean, they mean something if you're playing a stats like stacking build, but like if you're leveling, they don't mean shit. Like on your passive tree as well. They're basically there to make sure you meet your gear requirements. So for those of you who are brand new, who are going like, all right, I'm just gonna get all the dexterity nodes as I can because dexterity is cool and I get dodge and damage and all this cool stuff. Just don't. Instead, get like the 12% damage nodes and the 5% life nodes and go for those specific things. If you want just damage, sure, get the damage nodes. Although you should pick up some life along the way. If you want evasion, go get the evasion nodes, but don't like go like, oh, dexterity gives me evasion and accuracy, 2 for 1, what a deal. Or like, I get strength, I get life, and I get damage from strength. It's so good. You know, like the point is you want to pass through like these other nodes, and then sometimes you end up hitting stats, which you'll take, but you know, they're not as efficient. So I also have 1.2 1200 energy shield and ghost dancer. So every time I get it, I recover my full energy shield. So it's basically just 1.2k ward, but better. Ghost dance is so good. Ghost dance. I forgot what ghost dance is. Oh yeah, it's a trickster node. Cannot recover energy shield to above evasion rating every 2 seconds. Gain ghost shroud up to maximum 3. When hit, lose a ghost shroud to recover energy shield equal to 3% of your... Okay, so when you get hit, you recover all your energy shield because you have a boatload of evasion, I'm guessing. And then I'm guessing you didn't take acrobatics or whatever this is, right?
See.
Yeah, you have 70,000 evasion. Are you using Grace? You are using Grace. Okay, that makes sense. Grace got changed, right? Is it percentage or is it still flat?
Fate smiles with sharp teeth.
It's flat and percentage more. Okay, that's insane. Is determination the same way? Like, are people picking up determination now as well? I have 2.4k flat and 29% more. Okay, so this is why everyone's talking. I'm gonna... people, because a lot of threads are like, yeah, I need to save mana for determination. I'm like, who the heck picks up determination? I thought that thing was garbage. All right, let's transform this ring. It turned into life, mana, reduced mana regen rate. I mean, it's still better than whatever the heck I have here. Iron ring 1 to 4 to physical damage. We do no physical damage because it only applies to attacks, and all of our stuff is spells. So that's basically how I look at whether I need an upgrade or not right now, right? Like, especially when I have no items. Does it don't do anything for my build? No? Okay, let's replace it. You took aura effect as well. Is there any point in taking aura effect? Is it that good? I need...
There's a fine.
Okay, reduce mana reservation. To fit Defiance banner and level 20 clarity and still cast. Defiance banner? Is Defiance banner good? Ooh, it's a pretty good helmet. Life, resistance, and mana. It's pretty decent. Pretty decent. And then let's look at corrupting our amulet.
Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, so let's sell this fireball and an iron ring to get a sapphire ring, and then we're gonna use that. We're actually gonna corrupt that instead, right? We're gonna use that towards the Act 1 boss, since you probably need a little bit of cold resistance against her, just so that you can... It's not extremely painful. And then we're gonna go Infernal Legion.
Goodbye.
Because I really want to try this. So Infernal Legion, summon Raging Spirits. And then I can still do Blight Arcane Surge here.
Yes?
I don't get Bane until much later. I know that much. Only question is, why go Essence Drain Contagion early on? Can I just run... I wonder if I can just run Infernal Legion. Let me try it. Maybe I could. I don't know.
Take care.
Let's get affinities. Affinities are set up. No, they're not. Where's my unique affinity? Unique items. Where'd it go? Unique. Let's give it a color. And then give it affinities. Okay. Here we go. And since I'm already at the remove mana or mana reservation, might as well get the aura effect. Increased evasion. Enemies have reduced crit for 6% of my mana. Okay, that's fair. I used Defiance banner last league, but it didn't seem like insane.
Welcome.
Well, more importantly, I guess I didn't know what it was doing.
Hello.
You saved Navali. Oh,
Farewell.
just talk to him. I was like, there's a quest here? What's the quest?
will see.
70% increased evasion for 6% mana. Oh yeah, there's the evasion part. That's right. Okay, how's the summon Raging Spirits? Is it actually okay? It's actually okay. Okay, maybe I won't use Bane anymore. Maybe I'll just run around and do summon Raging Spirits. No single target though. How much damage is it doing? Okay. Okay, it's actually not bad. It's not great. It's not like, oh, this is the most amazing thing ever, but I can use it in conjunction with Blight, and I think it'd be enough. And now I think it can speed through things a little bit faster. Let's get this trial done as well. So over here you have these Ascendant Trials of Ascendancy. There's 1 in Act 1, 2 in Act 2, 3 in Act 3 for your first Ascendancy. And the idea is you just gotta run through these trials. At the end, there's a little monolith thingy that you have to click on. Once you complete the trials, you only have to complete them once. When you get to Act 3, you'll be able to run your lab, which will give you your Ascendancy, which is basically your subclass. So if you're in Act 1 and you're going through the prison and it's your first time playing, I'm assuming it's your first time playing, you're probably like freaking clearing the whole zone, but just make sure to complete this unless you want to run back here in the future, which is a bit of a pain in the butt, I guess, but you could. But you might as well get these plaques, these Ascendancy trials done.
Belief is the strongest metal of
Okay,
them all.
so I keep forgetting to turn on this thing. It's actually kind of important to turn on now that I think about it, because being able to corrupt your items all the time is actually kind of amazing, isn't it? Just get random like corrupted rares every map or so that have like these cool implicits. It's kind of nice. Although I don't clear very much, admittedly. It'd be nice if I could get a 3-link. But I guess it's a little bit early for that. Oh, that reminds me, that's probably one of the things that, you know, you as a new player should be looking out for. Is, like, aside from just stat upgrades, one of the biggest damage upgrades you could get is an extra link. So if you find, like right now, you have a skill gem, Summon Raging Spirits, and it's linked to Infernal Legion support, and you know that it'll like support it because it says support at the end, and also if you mouse over it says at the left side it says supportable skills Summon Raging Spirits. So what Infernal Legion does is minions will take 40% of their maximum life as fire damage, and then nearby minions will take 19.2 fire damage. So basically I summon these Raging Spirits, they burn and slowly die, but then whatever they run into, everything around that area is taking fire damage as well. So I have like these mobile fireballs that's burning everything around it, right? But the way it works is like my Summon Raging Spirits is supported by another gem. And the reason that it can be supported is because these two gems are linked together in the gear, right? And that's one thing that's important with regards to placement of your gems. Make sure if you have support gems that they link to your skills. So some people think that like I can take a support gem and just put it anywhere on my gear. Kind of like how active gems work, right? I don't need to put the active gem on the weapon. I could put it on my helmet or whatever. But if you put the support gem somewhere else, like on here, it's not going to support anything. It needs to link to the active skill. So if you can find like a 3-link, a 4-link, and eventually 5-link and 6-link, those are probably like one of the biggest damage boosts you can get. Now, once you get to a 5 or 6-link part, like those are kind of hard to get. Like 5 and 6-link, you can't just... Like, I remember watching Preach last league, and he thought, oh, you know, I have like 100 fusings. What's the chance that we can 6-link this thing? And he's like, it's probably pretty simple, right? And it turns out he didn't realize this. You need like 1,500 or fusings or whatever to 6-link, you know, a chest armor. Six links are impossible. Yeah, 6 links are really hard. You know, I spent like 4,000. 4,500 last week. I spent a lot of fusings to, you know, link my chest armor. But early on, you can find like 3 links, 4 links pretty easily. Occasionally, you see a 5-link. Later on in the game, at least. And those are probably one of the biggest forms of damage upgrades you can find. So, aside from just like getting like better stats on your gear, try and look for like more links. Like even here, there's a 3-link. Blue, blue, green, which isn't very good. I would prefer to have blue, blue, blue. Can the green be used for anything right now? But like, you know, like say this was blue, 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 and this thing had stats on it. Maybe it's a yellow item with a bunch of stats like this. I would still replace the triple blue, blue, blue for it because that extra link means so much. So just make sure you look out for links. It's very, very, very important. Links and the right colors. Alright, I'm taking my sweet ass time right now. It's 50 minutes and I'm still not even at Brutus yet, which is kind of hilarious.
When I'm ready, and not before.
But that's okay. I think I mentioned this at the beginning of this episode. We're taking it easy this league. We're taking it very easy.
Ignorance brought you here, sister. To the one place where your talents are free to grow and be...
So I think the goal this league is I'm gonna try and get 2 builds done. And the way I'll do that is I'll just play a Bane build until I have enough currency and I'll respec out of it. Because I'm assuming in order to get your Arakaali's Fang build really going, you kind of need some gear to begin with. I would assume. I keep forgetting to use this crucible. I gotta keep an eye out on it. There's not really much that tells you like, hey, I mean, there's something that goes, hey, your blood meter is full. It says something right. It says so right there, but I'm just not paying attention. I'm just like running through the map, and I can get through a whole zone without turning on the crucible. Well, for starters, Arakali's Fang is 4 exalts. Okay. Okay, yeah, so we won't switch to Arakali's. It's basically we will be playing 2 builds this league. A league starter, and then eventually I'm gonna... once I have enough money, one day, I'll swap out.
Let me embrace you.
Man. Thank God this ain't Gauntlet. I remember Brutus was just like one-shotting. I think the way I killed Brutus and Gauntlet, like I straight up ran around like one of those pillars somewhere around here, and then just like
Had you been my creation,
slowly killed him by
not
running around the
fallen so
pillar so he
easily.
couldn't kill me. That was insane. But after Brutus, I remember Gauntlet League. After Brutus, everything else became easy.
Too much clutter.
Hey, Infernal Legion's actually kind of... it's pretty fun. You just kind of drop the summon Raging Spirits and then run away. I would love to get a 3-link though. Blue, blue, blue. If I could attach minion damage right now, that'd be really nice. Blue, that's
Too much
it's not
clutter.
the 3-link I was looking for. Isn't there some minion stuff here? Minion damage, minion life. The thing is, will I even be sticking with minions? This is just... once I hit Bane, I'm probably gonna swap to it.
When I'm ready, and not
I
before.
don't know if this Infernal Legion stuff scales that well. And I definitely don't want to play a Spectre build. I'm not into that. Okay. This thing's ready to be transformed. Transform! Regenerate life per second, but minus cold resistance. Flat damage. Okay. Huh. So this thing gives me like 12 life regen per second. Basically. 12.7 life per second. Is that even worth it? Doesn't seem worth it to me. Gonna go ahead and drop it. I'm just gonna sell it later. Let's try corrupting this guy. And then I guess since we're working so much on jewelry, let's just keep putting points in there. Jewelry absorbs more corruption. Let's take a look at this thing. I was hoping to find like plus something, +1 to gems. That would help with our damage a little bit, especially if it's had something like +1 to fire gems. But otherwise it wouldn't help, especially with the minions. I guess like percentage spell damage would help with blight. Really, I'm just looking for links though. See, the thing is, these summon raging spirits aren't strong enough to like
Too much clutter.
to kill blues, which means they're not doing that much damage. Admittedly, I'm not really spec'd into it. Like my early points went into spell damage, which does nothing for Infernal Legion. You would want minion damage, which is I think over here, right? Yeah, minion damage and minion life. If I spec this way, maybe it would have done a little bit more, but whatever. let's go this way, and then we'll start speccing towards like chaos damage, and then we'll do this in preparation for Bane, I suppose. You know, like over here there's spell damage and this. Oh man, the masteries. The mastery's gonna hurt my brain because I actually don't know what to do with that. Okay. I'm looking for a 3-link. I guess at this point that's all I'm looking for. Give me a 3. Give me a 3. Give me a link. Oh, 3 link. All right, let's get the waypoint and then we can call this episode.
Sirens appear to be dining well.
Because it has been an hour, basically. Let's get the rewards from killing Brutus, which I believe is an aura and possibly some movement skills. Let's take a look. And maybe some more support gems.
Stay sharp out there.
Body swap, wither, lightning warp, summon skeletons. Flame dash, lightning warp, clarity maybe.
Farewell.
Let's see what we have there.
Take care.
Precision, vitality, siphoning trap, unearth, wither, smoke mine, lightning warp. Yeah. I mean, one thing I could think about is minion damage. Minions from supported skills have 25% less life, so that's actually not good with Infernal Legion. Huh. Interesting. So I probably want something like efficacy, which is 15% more damage over time. What the heck do you put with Infernal Legion? Infernal Legion, duration of ailments, more damage with ailments. I don't think Infernal Legion is ailments, it's just burning damage. Pretty sure. Infernal Legion deals 19.2 fire damage per second. Yeah, it's just damage over time. Combustion, 10% more fire damage. Enemies ignited by supported skills, but that's just 10% more. I think I would get efficacy. Minion damage is fine with Infernal Legion. It is. It's bad with minion instability. But isn't it just like a net... Well, it's not a net zero. But 25% less life. Oh, I guess the life doesn't matter. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, you're right. So let's buy that, and then we'll level it on the side. Once we get a 3-link. Let's ID these gloves since we don't have any friggin' gloves. Do I want to ID anything else? Not really. Let's save our let's save our wisdom scrolls and then sell these.
Take care.
Deposit it, and that would be this episode. Thank you guys very much for watching the first episode. I'm really looking forward to playing a lot more for this league. Hopefully we'll be able to run 2 different builds, which would be pretty cool. That would be a first. Well, not the first, but you know what I mean. But I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, as always, you know, you could leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more updates in the future. Otherwise, keep in touch, guys. I'll see you guys next time. Bye now. Bye-bye.